testing at regional had been fairly maxed out. Lenny, can you speak to that?
Yeah, I just looked up the numbers. We did 450 tests yesterday.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
well, just a little on about 445, I think, if I did the math right. But it's that also includes pre-op testing as well. So, and that's about 100 that we did. So you can look at about 350 a day right now, and that's significantly up from a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, and that's what the numbers out of the state are, that we're doing about 1,200 tests in the county a day, which is, I think, probably maxing out everybody's ability.
Pretty much. I know Natural State Lab, through their drive-through at the mall, I think earlier this week, they had about 160. They said each day the numbers are increasing. And now they've got a site in Rogers that I think yesterday did over 200 tests. And they're about to open another site in Bentonville. Natural State Lab is providing the test kits. And then there's a physician in town, Dr. Ben DeMiranda, and his medical team that are doing the follow-ups on the results.
It's a lot of follow-ups.
It's a lot. Well, what they're accepting two types of people. Those that are actually have orders. There are some physicians that have been given access to the Natural State Lab portal and are actually putting in orders for tests. Those patients are being sent there for the swabbing, but their PCP follows up on the results. Those that are just showing up, wanting to be screened, are being taken, they're basically their medical care, their televisits, and their follow-up is being governed by Dr. DeMiranda and his team. So they're trying to broaden testing in our area. So
yeah, no, I'd heard the one in Pinnacle was really turning them out.
Yeah,
in Benton County.
Yeah.
And we're doing the same thing with our health units. I mean, we're just we can't keep up with the demand right now.
No.
And the next day is cursed because the 50 people that we tested today is all going to call tomorrow wanting the results. And then the next day, I mean, we can't even. It's nuts.
The one upside is we're not having. Of course, in the first surge, testing results were taking 14 days at times. So, and supplies were an issue. That's a big improvement from where we were at the first go around.
Yeah, and our reporting mechanisms has really helped us because, I mean, we're sending text messages to people. As soon as the result's done, I mean, they get a text message that they were, positive. So that helps out a lot.
So is the rate limiting step on testing now not supplies but personnel?
Yes, for us it is.
Same for us.
Same for us.
I just had one, Dr. Karras reached out to me last week for more testing supplies. And I was able to get it to them. Manna has not reached out again, needing more Sophia tests. But I'll touch base with Paula and see what their numbers are. I'm sure they're reflecting what we're seeing.
For weeks prior to this, the university set out and started a testing campaign this has been going on now for the past 3 to 4 weeks, and trying to give incentives for students or any university member to get tested. And so we basically ran that campaign for the last 3 weeks, trying to encourage our student body to get tested for the incentive and also to travel home safely to their families. And we had some that took us up on that. But now, last minute, I think and then we also had letters sent out to parents asking them to talk to their students and advise their students to get tested prior to traveling from Thanksgiving. So we've had some stories of students saying that my mom and dad or my parents said that I need to get tested before I can come home. So, I mean, we have been trying for weeks to get our university campus tested, get invested in testing, whatever it takes. And I can tell you that our chancellor, provost, and executive team have been behind this 110%, doing whatever needs to be done. But, this week, maybe it was the parents. I'm adding a little pressure to get everybody tested. So
I think that's accurate.
Yeah.
And then, of course, as the students test, then they won't go out of their rooms until they leave for home, right?
Right, that's right, yes. So anyways, but it's good, it's good.
Marty, messaging for the community?
Ongoing. So just been reiterating everything. I had interview with Ozarks at Large, all three, NBC, ABC, CBS. I think I've talked to all three local news this week.